Dear students, continuing with our reaction series on organic reaction mechanism, this is our 49th lecture and second lecture on elimination reactions. In the first lecture, we have discussed about E1 mechanism, E2 mechanism, and E1CB mechanism. So this is the fourth category of elimination reactions, which is called as syn elimination, or this is also known as pyrolytic elimination, or this is also known as thermal eliminations. So as I have told you in the previous lecture that elimination reactions, they are of four types: E2, E1 and E1CB elimination reactions, which we have already discussed in the previous lecture, and in this lecture we will discuss about EI elimination mechanism, that is internal elimination mechanism, or this is also known as syn elimination or thermal elimination or pyrolytic elimination, and this is very common in case of pyrolysis of xanthate esters or acetate esters or amine oxide, quaternary ammonium salts also. So the characteristics of EI mechanism, that is internal or intramolecular elimination reactions, as I have told you, these are also known as thermal syn eliminations or pericyclic syn eliminations. So these reactions, they are special type of elimination reactions where two vicinal substituents of an saturated framework or alkane framework, they are removed simultaneously via a cyclic transition state to form an unsaturated compound, that is an alkene, in a syn elimination mechanism. So this basically is a special type of elimination reaction, and this type of elimination reaction generally takes place by activation through thermal means. So at high temperature, these types of substrates through syn elimination are converted into alkenes, and this reaction mechanism is often found in pyrolysis reactions. Now the compounds which undergo these types of syn elimination through E1 mechanism, as I have told you, the products, they are formed through a cyclic transition state, and that cyclic transition state may either be 6-membered transition state, may be 5-member transition state, or may be a 4-member transition state. So you can see, for example, in these types of esters, they are involved in these pyrolytic eliminations via a 6-member transition state. So this is a common example of esters which eliminate through 6-member transition state, whereas these amine oxides, they undergo pyrolytic eliminations through 5-member transition states to give us alkenes as the product, whereas alkyl halides, they undergo a 4-member transition state to give us alkenes as the product through E1 elimination mechanism. The evidence for existence of E1 mechanism is that first thing is that it follows first order kinetics, that rate of the reaction is dependent only on the substrate, not on any other species. So this also gives an indirect evidence that the mechanism followed is E1 mechanism. And then if some free radical inhibitors they are used during these reactions, the rate of reaction is not affected at all. So that means no free radical mechanism is involved in these types of reactions. Then this scope elimination, which is a pericyclic reaction, when isotopic studies was done for this is a pyrolytic pericyclic elimination or syn elimination. The CH bond and CN bonds, they are partially broken in the transition state. This has been studied through isotopic reaction mechanism studies. So this is also supported by the computations which show that the length of the bond also increases during the transition state. Then exclusive formation of syn elimination also points out towards the formation of these transition states, and these transition state leads to the formation of the products. And then these pyrolytic eliminations, they follow Hofmann rule. That is, the loss of beta hydrogen takes place from the least substituted position, and the least substituted alkene is formed as the product. So this is because of the steric hindrance also. Then factors which affect the EI mechanism is that they follow Hofmann's rule, as I have told you, that they lose a beta hydrogen from the least substituted position to give a least substituted alkene as the product. And the other factors which affect the formation of the product, that include steric effects, conjugation, and the stability of the alkene which is being formed as the product. And in case of acyclic substrate, the E isomer E alkene is formed as the major product, whereas Z alkene is formed as the minor product. Because you can see over here, in case of Z isomer formation, there is a Gaussian interaction between this bigger alkyl group which are present at these position, whereas in this in these anti-parallel position, both the bigger groups, they are not close to each other. So in this conformation there is no Gaussian interaction, and this is formed as the major product. But because of the Gaussian interaction in these two bigger groups, Z alkene is formed as the minor product in case of pyrolytic elimination reactions. Then one more example is that the conformational effect, they very much determine that which type of product will be formed in these types of reactions, which are dependent on the stability of the transition state for formation of different types of product in case of cyclic substrate. So for example, if we are having this amino oxide which is trans in nature, then the pyrolytic elimination will give us these two products, whereas this product will be formed in 15% and this will be formed in 85%. Similarly, the cis isomer of the same substrate, when this undergo this elimination, then 98% of this product is formed and only 2% of this product is formed. So basically the reason for this is because in case of trans isomer, there are two hydrogens which are beta to this other leaving group, which can undergo elimination. So that means either this hydrogen can be removed or this hydrogen can be removed, but the removal of this hydrogen takes place preferentially, because this will lead to the formation of a more conjugated product. So the major product in the alkene is that is in conjugation with the phenyl ring. So that is why here 85% of the product is formed, where the hydrogen removal of this hydrogen leads to more conjugated product. Whereas in case of a cis substrate, only one beta hydrogen is there, which is cis to this other leaving group, and only this can be removed. That is why this will exclusively lead to the formation of this as the major product. So this will lead to the formation of non-conjugated regioisomer as the major product in case of cis isomer, because here the syn elimination will take place. Here the hydrogen is alpha, not beta. So that is why this will not lead to the formation of a conjugated product. So this reaction proves that the conformation of the substrate really affects the formation of product due to the stability of the transition state. Then different applications of these pyrolytic or thermal eliminations. The esters, they undergo pyrolysis. For example, in this ester, when this is heated at 400 degree centigrade through this 6-member transition state, this will lead to the formation of this type of alkene, and acetic acid will be removed through pyrolytic elimination. With the removal of this beta hydrogen from here, this will move to this oxygen. This will become OH, and breaking of this carbon oxygen bond will create a carbon oxygen bond over here, and this bond will make this carbon carbon bond into a double bond, and we will get these types of alkenes as the product through ester pyrolysis reactions. Now these pyrolytic reactions, they are taking place in a syn fashion, and this can be confirmed if we use the pyrolysis of these two esters to form stilbene. We can see over here this hydrogen is syn to the other leaving group, and through this 6-member transition state, this will lead to the formation of this stilbene, where deuterium is present opposite to this hydrogen. Whereas in the second isomer, the deuterium is syn with the ester group, which is the other part which is being removed. So the stilbene formed will not have any deuterium which is present in this. Instead, the deuterium will be present in the acid part, which is formed as the other product. So on from isotopic labeling, we can confirm the syn type of elimination in these types of pyrolytic reactions. Then this is very important reaction, Chugave elimination or Chugave reaction. This is in case of xanthate esters. So xanthate esters, they undergo pyrolytic eliminations, and the temperature required for these elimination is lower than the case of esters or methyl esters. So when these are heated at a temperature from 100 to 250 degree centigrade, then these types of xanthate esters, through thermal syn elimination, beta hydrogen from here and the xanthate ester part from here, they are eliminated to give us alkenes as the product. And then these S-methyl sulfenic acids, they undergo further reaction to give us methane thiol and carbon sulfoxide as the carbonyl sulfide and methane thiol, they are formed as the product. Both of these, they are gases, and they go into the atmosphere. That is why this reaction is an irreversible reaction. So once these products, they go into the atmosphere, we cannot get back these xanthate esters, and such type of elimination reaction is known as Chugave elimination. Then is sulfoxide elimination. So in line with esters and xanthate esters, beta hydroxyphenyl sulfoxides like these, they also undergo thermal elimination reactions, and the reaction takes place through these 5-membered cyclic transition state. You can see over here this beta hydrogen is eliminated by reaction with this oxygen negative. This will abstract this proton and a carbon carbon double bond will be formed at this place, and this carbon sulfur bond will be broken, and we will get these types of enols as the product, and these enols, they will undergo tautomerization to get converted into ketones as the product. So if this R is hydrogen, we will get ketones as the product, and if this R is ester, we will get beta keto esters as the product. So this is how we can get ketones or beta keto esters from beta hydroxyphenyl sulfoxides through syn elimination or thermal elimination reactions. Then one more important reaction of thermal elimination is Burgers dehydration reactions. So through this dehydration reactions, secondary or tertiary alcohols, they can produce alkenes through these pyrolytic elimination. So these sulfamate esters, they act as intermediates in Burgers dehydration reaction. So this is the what happens is when these types of tertiary alcohols which are an intermediate in the synthesis of Taxol, they are treated with Burgers reagent. What will happen? This alcohol part will first react with this triethylamine part. Triethylamine from here and H from here will be eliminated, and we will get this type of intermediate with the elimination of this part of the molecule, and this will get attached to the this alcohol, and then this intermediate through 6-membered transition state, cyclic 6-membered cyclic transition state, will be transformed into this type of alkene. So this is how we can get alkenes from secondary or tertiary alcohols, and this reaction is known as Burgers dehydration reaction, and presence of Burgers reagent, this is Burgers reagent, is must for these types of dehydration reactions. So these are the references which have been used for preparing this lecture. Thank you very much.